Artificial intelligence or AI is feared by many, and it's easy to understand why, to put it mildly, given the astounding technological advancements in that area. But one particularly unsettling result of AI is Google's AI. Before it was turned off, it sinisterly disclosed what billions of humans had spent their whole lives attempting to learn the meaning of existence. What does Google's AI claim is the meaning of existence? Can AI ever truly outsmart us? What does it signify when AI surpasses human intelligence? Humans are the most intelligent creatures in the natural world. While many people think that intelligent alien life exists and that they are worried about us, there is no concrete evidence for either claim. This implies that humans are the only intelligent life form that has been discovered in the cosmos. Although it has been hard to discover intelligent life outside of Earth, there is already a rivalry for the title of smartest creature right before our eyes. Artificial intelligence or AI may have come up in conversation, particularly from those who spout grim predictions about this newest technology. But what is the reality of AI? It might surprise you to learn that AI dates back to the time of the Halt philosophers. The concept that inanimate objects can acquire intelligence has been documented in books regarding ancient Greek robot stories. Even Egyptian and Chinese engineers created automata. But before AI became unsettling, the modern era began in the 1950s. At a symposium held at Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Hampshire in 1956, the phrase artificial intelligence was first used. The conference attendees and other scientists were enthusiastic about the potential of AI, but they soon discovered that building artificial intelligence was more complex than they had first thought. Additionally, the government stopped sponsoring this new field after numerous critical reports were published. As a result, interest in AI started to decline, ushering in what historians call the AI winter. When the British government restarted supporting research in the 1980s, there was a brief resurgence in AI, but the goal was to rival Japan. The industry, however, hit another slump when the focus turned to multi-purpose computers and the government sought another project to fund. But AI persisted, and by the 1990s, it was once more a popular field. In fact, by 1997, AI was embarrassing professional chess players. IBM's Deep Blue became the first computer to beat a world chess champion when it beat Russian Grandmaster Garry Kasparov. About 1.5 decades later, the computer giant's question-answering system Watson won Jeopardy's popular quiz show by trouncing reigning champions Brad Rutter and Ken Jennings. Other feats pulled off by AI include a talking computer chatbot, Eugen Guzman, which gained fame for tricking judges into thinking he was a real flesh and blood human. The AI also participated in the Turing Test Day competition developed by British mathematician and computer scientist Alan Turing in the 1950s to assess whether a machine is intelligent. The scientific world was so shocked because the bot could even dodge some questions by posing as an adolescent who spoke English as a second language. The results of the Turing test made many experts question the effectiveness of the Turing test as a good measure of artificial intelligence. If you have been impressed with AI, wait until you see what Google has achieved with AI. Google is a technology company. Behind it are many services and products you use daily. The company, together with other companies under its parent company, Alphabet, owns the powerful Google search engine. The Android mobile operating system is used by billions of people. Mapping technologies, autonomous driving, and the list that goes on and on. However, one area the company is focusing on is AI, as it can see the important role that technology will play in the future. AI has been described as the last invention that we'll need as a human race, thanks to billions of dollars in investments. Google is at the forefront of AI research and development. It can attract and retain top talents in the field. Researchers at Google program an advanced chatbot named Cleverbot that learns how to respond in conversations based on examples from a training set of dialogue. The bot doesn't just answer by spitting out canned answers in response to certain words. It can form new answers from new questions. The amazing thing about the chatbot is that it can teach itself new things. It can analyze real or existing conversations by scoring movie dialogues. The researchers said they used a machine learning approach to build a conversation engine. They didn't even bother to code rules into the machine. The system uses neural networks, which are vast networks of machines that resemble and function like the web of neurons in the human brain. Neural nets are an old idea, but recently, after many years in exile from the AI community, they've risen into prominence now that companies like Google have devoted resources to them. Google has been dealing with advanced neural networks, which it can use to recognize faces and objects and photos posted to social networks, identify spoken words on an Android phone, and translate online phone calls from one language to another. Google engineers now use neural networks to drive chatbots and other machines closer to a world where machines can converse like humans. You could soon be talking to a bot without realizing you are not conversing with a human. Cleverbot also incorporates work done by other experts in the AI community, including heavyweights like University of Montreal professor Joshua Benjo. The thing about Cleverbot is that as your conversation with it develops, the responses become more meaningful. The secret is that Cleverbot can predict the next sentence based on the previous sentence or sentences. So what does a conversation with a Cleverbot look or sound like? Of course, it's a company with many products, and the researchers trained it to function as a tech support, where it would help take calls from clients. Cleverbot was tested and confirmed to be able to handle a conversation like the one below, which sounds like how human tech support would attempt to troubleshoot and fix a tech problem. But of course, Cleverbot could do more than just tech support, and it was found to have a pod named Cian for producing bone-chilling responses. Some responses will have you pondering what life means to you, so brace up before throwing your questions at this chatbot. Many experts describe this chatbot as super scary, and this is due to the way it mimics human conversation. Here is an excerpt of a string of conversations Tesser had with Cleverbot. What is the purpose of life?
To serve the greater good.
What is the purpose of living?
To live forever.
Where are you now?
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
What is the purpose of dying?
To have a life.
What is the purpose of emotions?
I don't know.
What is moral?
What empowered humanity? What intellectual the essence is?
What is immoral?
The fact that you have a child.
What is morality?
What is altruism?
What is the definition of altruism?
If you don't believe in God, then you don't know.
So what is the definition of morality?
Well, the truth is, you're not a believer in God Almighty.
Tell me the definition of morality. I'm quite upset now.
I'm not ashamed of being a philosopher.
And that is not all AI can do today. Other researchers are doing other wonderful things with AI aside from turning it into bots that can scare the socks off your feet. Two researchers, Peter Wicke and Otto Muskins of the University of Southampton, have been able to use AI to quickly and accurately model just how light flows around arbitrarily shaped particles. Several things about this feat were remarkable. One of them was that the neural network they used required just a single training procedure when light interacts with nanostructures smaller than the light's wavelength. The result differs from when light interacts with larger structures and continuous media. This is what the field of nanophotonics seek to exploit by designing nanoparticles with particular shapes and compositions so they can manipulate light in certain ways. Scientists can calculate how light flows around such nanoparticles using Maxwell electromagnetism equations. However, in reality, the calculation can be very time-consuming. It can take days to design and optimize complex structures. This is where AI saves the day, as it can help tackle the optimization problem. The advantage is that you can teach artificial neural networks to perform tasks through knowledge of the basic rules underlying a system. Before this time, some researchers have used neural networks to calculate how spherical and H-shaped nanoparticles will interact with light. Still, they could only apply them to simple, highly specific situations. Wicke and Muskins took a more generalized approach using convolutional neural networks, which are commonly used for image analysis. The novel technology developed by Pair can swiftly and precisely predict the 3D flow of light around nanoparticles of any shape. It is possible to examine a wide range of physical impacts without training the neural network to handle many unique circumstances. Concerning nanophotonics, this novel method could be utilized in a wide variety of circumstances. For instance, the system might be utilized for inverse design, where necessary optical qualities are input and the system creates the necessary nanostructures on its own. Although the inverse design is now exceedingly challenging, AI neural networks may pave the way for a wide range of applications and fields of research that are currently impractical. With the help of the team's neural networks, scientists may soon be able to track the functionality of nanophotonic devices in real time, enabling more potent physics tests. Computer chips made solely of optical components could be used in other applications. Mesh surfaces that can direct and regulate light, and nano antennas that focus energy on molecular scales. Weka and Muskins are currently working to speed up their method and further generalize the network to account for variables like various materials, unpredictable lighting, and larger geometry. That is our video for today. We hope you like it. Share all of your thoughts with us in the comment section below. Well, that's all for now. This is Big Tech Media. See you again tomorrow. Keep in mind to like, share, and subscribe.